Okay, so mindfulness. Mindfulness is about, I'm going to repeat myself one more time for those that just came in, being present with what is without judgment. And so we practice this in meditation because clearly we could all use being present with what is without judgment in our lives. What we resist persists. Just the name of the game in energy world. What we resist persists. What we accept, what we embrace, what we allow energetically, those are our feelings, our emotions, our thoughts, moves through us. So if we look at children have an extreme feeling, usually because they feel it full out, and it releases, and then the next thing comes in, and then it releases. They go back to peace in between, just beingness like we all have. Now we're meant to be like that too, but as adults growing up in a society where we have lots of beliefs about what's appropriate for us to show the world and be, we create little log jams in ourselves. So the only reason energy doesn't flow and we don't feel at peace and we don't feel that joy of energy flow is because there's a judgment in the way. I'm so embarrassed. I shouldn't be like that. It's not safe. I won't be lovable. I'm not worthy of feeling that way. I'll be kicked out of the tribe. I won't belong, all the things. So a talk for another time and place is self-love and self-acceptance because, and this is a part of mindfulness that we're going to practice today. We can be the safe haven we're looking for. And that might sound silly, but it's true. Like, who can judge us if we go, I'm just going to accept how I feel right now? We're our own elixir. We're our own medicine. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get everybody out there to be okay with us. We're trying to get everybody to go, I approve of your extreme wild emotions, which we all have, by the way. I approve of your uniqueness. I approve of your imperfections. And then we, okay, I can relax now. But that's just not reality because everybody's looking through different lenses and has their own realities of what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. So we're the gift we're looking for. Our own non-judgment. And that's a practice. That's why this is a practice. So what we practice on the mat, is whatever arises, whatever you feel. Could I just, and your mind's going to want to go, no, I don't want to feel that. That's scary. That's unsafe. That's not acceptable. All the things we just talked about. But could I just practice? Could I soften? Could I just practice? And sometimes in my mind, when I'm doing this, I'll play pretend. I'm like, could I just pretend and be neutral about this thing? Like, I don't really have an opinion about fear. I don't really have an opinion about the shame I'm feeling. Don't really have an opinion about this because it's energy. All our feelings are energy. And if we lock around it with judgment, it sticks and then it creates physical manifestations. But if we soften and we allow and we're like, I don't really have any judgment about this anger, it moves. It wants to move through. We don't identify with it. And then we're like back to our natural selves. And many of us don't know that we have a natural self that's at peace and that's good in there because we're so identified with all this stuck energy and judgment. So we soften. We allow ourselves to be present with what is. Just here with what is, not what's up in the brain or what we're afraid of, just what's here. Releasing judgment. And that's all we're going to practice today. And then you can take this off the mat into life as much as you want. Okay? So I just gave you all a link in the chat to some new music for some of you. Some of you might know this music. It's a sound frequency healing. It's the frequency of unconditional love. So you can go ahead and put some music on. And if you're new to meditation, you are welcome to sit up or lay down traditionally. It's cross-legged with a tall spine, but comfortable. Breathing into the belly, because sometimes we can sit up and stop breathing. And if it hurts you to sit cross-legged, you can sit with your legs out. If you're in a chair, you can just sit with your legs, feet flat on the floor. Sometimes it's nice in meditation, like I can't see you all, but some of you are probably doing this. You got your get your arms crossed and your shoulders up and your legs all contorted. Just see if you can just, shoulders down. Maybe my hands are laying flat like this on my lap, hands up, hands down, and just open and relaxed and comfortable. There is no right or wrong here. It's a practice. All right. And if it feels good to put a hand on your heart and hand on your belly while we practice a little bit of breathing, I want you to close your eyes now. This begins to calm the nervous system, what we're about to do. It tells our nervous system to move out of fight or flight. So we're just going to focus on taking 3 gentle breaths into the belly and then into the chest. So into the belly, up into the chest, really slow exhale out of the mouth. Don't try hard, just let this be supernatural. Into the belly, expand the belly like a balloon, up into the mouth, up into the chest, out of the mouth. Into the belly, chest, and release. 2 more breaths on your own. We've just been running so fast, all of us, on a gosh darn mission to get somewhere. I don't know where we're all trying to get to. And we just slow down. And the irony is there's a quote that says man, but we're going to change it to man or woman. People search the world to come home eventually and find what they were looking for right there all along. Wow, it's in the not trying so hard to prove, to do, to be, to control. When we let go, there's a warmth, there's a peace, there's a enoughness. When we let go and we just allow energy to move through, we don't identify, we just be. Doesn't mean we stop doing, we can be and do. But we don't need to grip and control, that's our brain. So today we relax, we breathe into the belly, we stop trying so hard, even if it's just for this time here with me. I want you just to just welcome that feeling of maybe it just feels like to you, I'm just existing. Oh, I'm just existing, I'm not working, I'm not doing, I'm here in this safe space with Jamie and I'm chilling. I am allowed to not judge. And when I judge, that's just my thoughts. When I say allowed to not judge, it means allowed to not identify with those thoughts, value those thoughts as true, as just those are subjective cultural things that pop into my head. And I'm not bad for judging, we all do it. But I don't have to sit and have tea with those judgments of myself and others and my feelings and energy in life. I can just go, whoa, look at that thing. Wow, look at that thing. And see what else pops in. See if there's a softer thought that wants to come in right behind it that maybe I don't even know about. Into the belly, into the chest, and release. And as we dive deeper into this mindfulness meditation today, I want you to see if you can let go, even if it pops in, that's fine, but let go of the thinking mind, the analytical mind steering the ship today. I want you to see if you can just come down into your body, into your spirit, into your heart, into your essence, into the present moment, and feel your way through this with me. You have that capacity in you beyond your mind. You just might not be used to using it. So we're sitting in a different console of our consciousness. And you're breathing into the belly and you're slowing down. And you're welcoming everything that arises as best as you can without judgment. You're letting go of right and wrong. And if the mind's wandering and you're thinking, okay, I'm going to welcome that without judgment. Nothing that's not supposed to be here. It just wants to move. It wants to give you an experience and move. Into the belly and release. As you start to bring your awareness as best as you can to the present moment. So you begin to let go of the past, just for now, just for right now. You can come back later, but right now you kind of look to the left or look behind you in your awareness, and you can't quite put your finger on your past. It's just a whole bunch of golden light. It's not there anymore. It's just the present, what's here now. And you feel a little bit freer because you look back and there's nothing there, but you still exist. You're still here, always still here. And you breathe into the belly and into the chest, and you get present. You just notice if you're wandering to the past or to the future, and you label it. Ooh, it's hanging out in the past, hanging out in the future. You gently get bounced back home like a ball held underwater. We just open up our fist, and that ball, without your effort, plops back up to the top. Same thing with when we notice we're away from our internal spiritual peaceful center. Whoa, man, I am caught up in human thinking. Whew. All right, now let that ball go. Here you go. Just soften and come back home with me. Feel the energy of this space. It's okay to let go to all you've been holding on to. There's a Trevor Hall song, and he sings, "Let go of what you have been carrying. Let go of what you have been carrying. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to smile, smile. If you need to sigh, sigh. If you need to fall asleep, fall asleep. Let go of what you have been carrying." And in your mind's eye, as you look out to the future, you see nothing right now. You give yourself permission to just see a golden light of pure potential, not yet created. Doesn't have to be one way or the other. But just for this moment, just for right now, there is no past and there is no future. And there is a safety in that right now. And you let go of that ball that you've been holding at the bottom of the ocean, and you open that fist of your energy field, and you just get popped back to this moment. As we begin to become mindful, aware, present, and you really feel the connection of your body wherever you're seated or lying. In yoga, they use the phrase, just this. I want you to see if you can practice focusing on one thing at a time. Just what I am instructing you to look at. It's okay to take our focus off of our problems. It's okay, it's safe. They'll get sorted out. It's the best thing you can do for yourself. Just this connection between my body and my seat. I'm aware that I'm behind my eyes, and I've brought my awareness down into my body from my head. And I become aware of my body without judgment. I forget what it's like to judge right now. I'm just neutral. I become the aware observer of my experience. I become the observer of judgment, as if I can see it. I am not it. Let yourself soften a little bit more. Just relax the body from head to toes. Let the shoulders drop, let the belly relax. Let your breath consciously slow down as we tell the body, hey, I'm in charge. You follow me. I'm going to relax now. I'm going to breathe into my belly. I'm going to slow my exhale. No past, no future, just light. I've got my bottom on the ground. I'm releasing judgment of whatever is here, and I am allowing and embracing what is to move through me as I soften. There's a quote by the enlightened master Sydney Banks. If we could all learn to not be afraid of our internal experience, that alone would change the world. We soften around all that moves through us, energy, thoughts, feelings. Breathing, bottom on the ground, behind the eyes, in the body. You become aware of the sounds that you hear around you in all directions. Aware without judgment. Maybe some sounds are near and some are far. We're just right here with the sounds. Is there a sound that's more pleasing than other sounds? As we shift our awareness to the sensations in our body without judgment, just noticing what wants to be seen, what wants to be seen by us, our loving awareness of it. There is a loving awareness in you beyond the judgment you've cultivated for yourself. We just open up to it. Aware of the sensations. Neutral. Letting it move through, letting the river flow again as we offer ourselves the healing and the presence we have been looking for in others. Taking our power back today. Let that body soften. And bring your awareness to the breath. The one thing that is our anchor right here, right now. As you notice the quiet sounds and the sensations of the air moving through the nose or the mouth. Nothing to force, almost as if you're being breathed and you're watching this miraculous process. There's no effort on your part, releasing any and all effort. Noticing the sensation of the belly and the chest move. Just this. No past, no future. Bottom on the ground. Bodily sensations, air moving. Sounds, temperature, energy. Right here, right now. And as sensations and thoughts, feelings, energies arise in your consciousness on your own for the next few moments, I want you to see if you can just soften and relax and welcome whatever arises with neutrality, non-judgment, as a welcome visitor in your home, regardless of its darkness or its light, or its strength or its weakness, whatever color arises. Give it an experience, allow it to paint on your canvas, and then be put back into the crayon box. No judgment, neutral, loving, just this, observing, being, existing. Gentle breaths in and out. There you go. If the mind wanders, let it. Minds wander. Just come back home gently. This is a practice. Be so soft with yourself. Just coming back to what is right here. The sounds, the breath, the thoughts. We just take a little bit of a seat away and we observe everything that's here. We allow unconditionally, an unconditional gaze to whatever is arising, as this is the way for it to come and go and bounce back to who we naturally are underneath it. Soft body, soft eyes, soft heart. Could you just play with non-judgment just for this moment? We become deeply aware that we're right behind our eyes. We become aware that we're in our body, welcoming, embracing the energies without judgment, with love and compassion. As we practice strengthening these neural pathways in our brain, we notice that our bottom is planted somewhere, acutely aware of the connection to the surface underneath of it. We soften our eyes. We notice the sounds around us in all directions. We are aware of the air hugging our skin on all sides. Aware of the sensation of gravity holding us into place. And bringing our awareness back to the breath as we breathe into the belly again. Up into the chest with a very slow exhale. Light behind us. light ahead of us as we come back home to the present with what is neutral, non-judgmental, allowing the energy of life to flow through and release, as who you are is deeper than that and unbreakable. So we breathe into the belly, into the chest, and release. Slowly allowing yourself to come back home and stretch and wiggle your body back to the morning. As when you feel ready, you can open your eyes to the day.